Hey everyone, welcome back to the garden. We are almost, not quite, but almost stocked up on all of the annuals we need to get our summer containers ready for the year. So come garden with us and let's get our summer containers planted with all the beautiful annuals we've bought in the past few weeks. This is not everything. I've just tried to set out here what I think is going to go together. And when we purchased some of this stuff, we didn't know where we were going to put some of them. We just liked the plants. So we have two extras over here. And some of this stuff we bought so long ago that I don't even remember what we bought to go with each other, to be quite honest with you. But since then we have bought some other things too. So the toucan coral cannas are new. In the past, I think maybe a couple of weeks. I came home with a bunch more stuff yesterday from the nursery that I work at. So I came home with these two black cat petunias and the two Mystify salvias, which I think will look really pretty with the toucan coral cannas. We have beautiful blackberry nemesia here, and I think I'm going to couple that with this pretty pink, well, it's really corally million bells and the Diamond Frost Euphorbia from Proven Winners. Let me turn this one around so you can see which one this is. This one is called Super Bells Double Vintage Coral. So I think those colors, I saw a container at work the other day we just got in that had a really pretty nemesia, this color, although I did not get this one at work, and it had a really pretty, a little bit more pink. I don't know if it was Super Bells, it probably was. But I don't have a real pink one, so this one will do. And something else was yellow and then white. And I just thought that would be a really pretty combination. So we're going to pair these three together. Again, these are the two extras, but we have Super Bells Dreamsicle. Not sure where that's going to go yet. We just like the colors of these two. And Super Bells Miss Lilac. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We're not even fully, like I said, we're not fully stocked up. When I went to do my, and as I usually do, when I go to do my annuals shopping, I should go with a list of how many containers we have, how many containers are big so they can fit so more plants, and how many are small. But I just kind of wing it, and I always end up having to get some more stuff. So, and some of our containers are still full of things we need to transplant. So that's one of the containers. And then this container over here with my Armstrong Gold Maple. So those need to be transplanted to the landscape before we can actually fill those containers. But these are some more of the annuals I came home with last night from work. Again, I saw a beautiful container we got into the nursery at work that had these beautiful kind of, I don't know what you would call these, like speckled petunias. Absolutely gorgeous, with a really pretty orange lantana and then a red and white verbena. And I couldn't get a ton of the red and white verbena. I had to get a mixed pack, but that's okay. This one's white. I think this one's purple. We'll find some place to put them. These are all 6-pack. Well, these two are 6-packs, so they're not all going to go in one container. So we have some extras to work with here. I have the Vermillionaire that initially I was going to pair with one of the Salvia and the Diamond Frost. So we'll have to find something else to put with that. Maybe some of these extra petunias can go with that and the Verbena. I mean, that would be pretty in a container. So those are some of the ones that we're going to be pairing. Some of the other ones I've already placed on the containers where I think they're going to go. So here we have the pink cashmere verbena from Proven Winners. I'm really in love with this one. I just love the little pink and white variegated flowers. It's been in the garage for quite some time. This one we've had for a while, but it started to flower since I moved it outside to harden it off. Oh, this is not pink cashmere. Sparkling rose. Somebody must have put it in the wrong area because I picked this from a table that said pink cashmere. That's okay. It's pink. It really looks like pink cashmere, but it will go nicely with another salvia and a dichondra. Those are just unbranded. And then I have, where did I put the rest of my, hello pumpkin. We have the Suncredible Saturn. Not sure what's going to go with this yet. Not sure that those extras we have will look good with this. Let's go back and see what I planted this with last year. It's whatever I combined it with. I think it was a salvia, a blue salvia. And maybe a diamond frost, euphorbia. It looked really pretty. But anyway, this container's ready to go. So we just need to, of course, purchase some more to go in here. And then I have some more of them over here. So here we have the Blew My Mind Evolvulus from Proven Winners. I absolutely love Evolvulus. So gorgeous. We had one of these in our house. Overwintered it for years. Brought it from our previous house. It kind of just succumbed last year. I think we must have had it for 10 years in a container. This I just brought home from work last night. We were running low on these, and I really like the color. It's an unbranded Caliber Co. It doesn't have a tag, so I don't remember what the name of this one is. And then this one is called Slingshot Black Magic Petunia. I just love black petunias. So those are going to go in that container. So as I said, we do not have enough plants to go in all these containers. And like I said, some of the containers are not even ready yet because we have not transplanted some of our plants to the landscape. But we have enough to make a start, so we'll take you along with us. Just watching Pumpkin. She's having a good time chasing something over there. And actually, these are the dahlias that we overwintered in the basement. They're starting to put on some growth. I just stuck them in our raised bed here. Not sure how well that's showing up. See a little bit of growth there on that one. This one, yeah, that one you can see really well. So, I mean, it's going to be a while. These were in containers last year too. It'll be a while before they're close enough to being ready to put in containers, but those at least we have to fill in some. Not sure what container they're going to go in, but we still have a couple of containers that are free and not full of anything else. So there's those. And I do have caladiums. I haven't done anything with them yet. They are just the Longfield Gardens caladiums. You can see down here I have them in the kitchen. So I think I'm going to try to get some of these in the landscape today. There's 20 of them, 10 per bag. Don't know that we need to use 10 in the landscape, so maybe we can put some of these in pots too. We'll figure it all out. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to be doing the planting because it's container planting. We're not doing any heavy digging in heavy wet clay, getting rocks out of the soil, planting heavy big shrubs and trees. So I'm going to be doing the planting. My husband's going to be filming me, but since someone had mentioned in a previous video that it was, you know, nice to have my husband help me, he should be introduced. I'm going to introduce him. This is my husband. His name is Rob.
Hello.
Part of the Restless Gardening team, although this is not what he does for a living. So just wanted to introduce him so that all of my viewers can see the person who is always out here helping me create the garden of my dreams. All right, now let's get the containers planted. I've already prepared everything. I brought the plants over as you saw that we're going to be putting in this container. Needed some dirt, so I topped it off. I filled up my big purple trug here with dirt from our elevated bed. Since I've already said we need to move that, so we want to get it as empty as possible, so I use this dirt, and we're going to use dirt from the elevated bed to fill up another container as well.
first bloom on the knockout rose over there.
This caladium is alright, so I think once the volvulus and the caladium are growing together, that'll be pretty. You won't see all this dirt. That evolvulus will get, let's see, what's this say? It'll get spacing 8 to 16, so that'll fill in nicely. Alright, container number 1 down. We're just switching the dirt from the container my husband is working in now. I could have done it. I thought he was going to lift it and pour it. I tried earlier. It was too heavy. That copper and green container, I feel like we're going to move that closer to the front of the house, near the Castle Keep Hollies. We have room there. There's a lot of room until they grow in, so I feel like we can put a container up there. And I bought this one at work, I don't know, a week or two ago. I just really liked the celadon glazing of that one. So we're going to have that one back here. And obviously, since it's empty, we need to put some dirt in. And since we don't have anything to put in the coppery and green container right now, we're just going to use the dirt from that into the celadon container. We're going to do the red lantana, the purple petunia, and the red and white verbena. The lantana is called Hot-Blooded Red. Focused?
Yeah.
The petunia is called Tritunia Blue Veined. And the verbena is just called a quartz mix. It's still 10 to 12 feet high, so 10 inches. So I've already got some. I've got 3. This was a 6-pack of the petunia, just ripped them apart. We've got 3 of those in here. Got the lantana, which the roots are okay. It's quite dry though. And I nestle that down in there. And these 6-packs, I don't know about you guys, if you buy these, I find them very difficult to work with. The roots, they're so wet, they're just falling apart. I'm trying to be gentle. I don't know if we have enough soil in there too. We did add some, but it just feels like there's still not enough. Yeah, I feel like these need to be raised. I think once this one fills in, it'll look really pretty. Like I said, those 6-packs are very, very delicate, very difficult to work with. I'd rather buy the little 4.5-inch containers, but did not have any of those in the colors that I wanted. So, but like I said, I think it'll look pretty once it starts to fill in. So the final container that we're going to do today is this one down here, because we don't have enough free containers left to plant the rest of those annuals, as I discussed earlier in the video. I don't think this one needs any extra soil, but we'll see. So we have the dichondra. These two, the salvia and the dichondra, are just unbranded. It's just called a silver helichrysum. The salvia is called mealy cup sage. Sally Fun Blue Lagoon. It's a little bit of a shorter variety than we had last year. Last year we had the Black and Bloom, just way too tall. And then So the verbena is called Superbena Sparkling Rose by Proven Winners. And by the way, I know this came up in another YouTuber's video I watched. I don't remember exactly who, but I guess somebody had mentioned, or it was kind of disparaging, I thought, you know, about so many YouTubers being, what's the word I'm looking for, sponsored by any other number of the plant companies that are out there. I am not sponsored by anyone. Everything you see planted in this garden is purchased by us. We don't get sent anything for free. Now, I do work in the trade in the last few years, so I do get a discount at the nurseries that I work at, but pay for everything. Maybe someday I'll be sponsored, but not right now. Despite the fact that I have a Proven Winner shirt on, that is just part of my work uniform. The roots on these are pretty good. They don't look like they need to be broken up at all. Yeah, that's a pretty nice root system. It's not root bound at all. Just going to turn this one around. I almost feel like we could use some of those verbena in here, but this pot is not, just to fill in, but this pot's not huge, and I don't want everything to be kind of growing all over itself later, so we're just going to use these for now.
Yellow Jacket wondering what you're doing.
These are bad today. So we're just finishing up here. We decided to put the rest of the petunias and the verbena in our hay rack here on the deck. I'm just watering them in a little bit, cleaning up. And we will take you around for a final look at the containers we were able to get planted up today. Now, this would not have been my first choice for this deck planter, but I think they'll grow in. They'll look pretty. They were just left over, and I don't really have anything else to use the 6 packs of the petunias and the verbena, so they'll be fine here. These petunias will trail, and so do the verbena, so it'll look pretty. This one's a little tiny. Not sure if that one's going to survive. If not, these two will fill in. Just getting them watered in lightly. So this is where the caladium's going to go. At least maybe 4 of them. 4 or 5. I haven't 100% decided. So these are called Aaron caladiums from Longfield Gardens. And they are 20 inches high. Plant spacing 6 inches. That doesn't really tell me how wide they're going to get, because I don't want them to block out the sun patients. So I think maybe we'll just start with, we'll do 4, see how that goes. So we need to plant them at a depth of 2 inches. So this shouldn't take that long. So this is what the bulbs look like. I'm assuming that's one. I don't really have any experience with bare root caladiums. The last time we planted caladiums 2 years ago, we bought them in containers, but they're just way too expensive this year and last year. So when I saw them at Costco from Longfield in the bags, I decided to buy them. It's going to be a while till we see anything, I think, but it was a lot cheaper. According to the package, they just go down 2 inches. I think we kind of determined what end is up and what end is down based on by what looks like last year's stems. So those will be facing up, and there's kind of like eyes, and that's what we've put facing down. Got the caladiums planted, just watering them in really well because they did seem a little dry. Watering the sun patience that we planted too. So you saw where we planted them. There's 4 of them here. This is where this container ended up, and I think the Suncredible Saturn is going to go in there when we have some more plants to go around it. I think we're going to head back out to Black Creek Nursery today to get the remainder of our plants, but I'm just going to show you one final shot of where everything ended up and what ended up in what pots. So here we have the helichrysum, the pink verbena, the blue salvia, and we did end up putting one of the little white verbenas in here from the 6-pack just because I felt like it was a little bit bare there. Over here, again, added the remaining petunias and verbenas up into our hay rack. I'm not sure I'm 100% happy with that, but for now it's fine. Our new container, we have the red and white verbena, the hot blood orange lantana, and again those tritunias, the speckled purple. And over here is where we have the evolvulus, the peach calibrachoa, and the black petunia. I think once this fills in, it'll look a little bit better. Again, I feel it's open up here a little bit, but the evolvulus is small. So once that fills in, I think this will be another really pretty container. So I hope you enjoyed our summer annual container plantings part 1. Like I said, we're going to head out to Black Creek Nursery and buy the rest of the annual, so stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.